Hello everyone, welcome back to Jikook Moments. Today, I'm going to take you into a moment that, honestly, feels like we're peeking into something that was only meant to happen between two people. There are times when an interview no longer feels like an interview. No special lighting, no excessive script, no dramatic setup, yet the energy is enough to make the entire fandom stop breathing. And in Jimin and Jungkook's latest interview for Are You Sure? 2x Disney Plus Korea, that's exactly what happened. From the very first second the camera started rolling, something immediately clicked. Jungkook's lingering gaze, Jimin's gentle smile, and that warm atmosphere surrounding them as if they carried their own little world into the frame. If you watch closely, you'll understand. Because these are the kinds of moments that make this interview feel different from anything they've done before. There are certain moments that appear out of nowhere. No preparation, no special lighting, no script, but somehow make the whole world pause. Tiny moments that only happen once, like whispered secrets between two people who know each other more deeply than anyone else. And in their latest interview, those moments appeared again, naturally and beautifully. The interview started casually, but from the very first second, the soft energy between them was undeniable. You don't even need to analyze or rewatch. Just look at the way their eyes meet to understand everything. That charm isn't staged, it's the familiarity that comes from years of closeness. And when the camera showed them sitting side by side, Jungkook did something only someone deeply comfortable would do. He stared at Jimin without blinking. A long gaze, full of anticipation, slightly nervous, like he was waiting for a reaction to something unspoken. That gaze wasn't an ordinary gaze. It was the same gaze longtime fans instantly recognize, the "he feels like home" gaze. A mix of comfort, habit, and safety, something ritualistic. Not many people understand that moment the way longtime fans do. The curiosity, the casualness, and the subtle feeling that you can't see but can definitely sense. Jimin appeared as usual, soft, calm, carrying an aura that soothes anyone around him. Jungkook, on the other hand, looked relaxed, open, playful. And in the middle of the conversation, one tiny moment stole the show. Jimin touched Jungkook's chin. Just a quick, light touch, but enough to make Jungkook smile in a way he couldn't hide. That smile was reflexive, a natural reaction to deep comfort. There was a little spark in Jungkook's eyes, like someone realizing, oh, he's really here. And the smile lingered even after Jimin's hand pulled away. The softness between them became even clearer as the interview continued. No pressure, no stiff formality, just two people who are incredibly used to being in each other's orbit. When the topic shifted to the Mickey Mouse music player in their video, the mood turned playful again. Jimin called it cute, his eyes lighting up like a child discovering a favorite toy. He added that he has many Mickey collectibles at home. And Jungkook immediately responded without hesitation. That's right. I see them every time I go into his house. A simple sentence, but with a huge implication. How does Jungkook know? Why did he say it so casually without thinking? Why did he say it as if it needed no explanation at all? The answer is clear. Because it is normal for them. Jungkook isn't in Jimin's home as an occasional guest. He is someone who knows exactly where Jimin's things are. No explanation needed. He already knows. The camera captured the small warmth that bloomed on their faces, like a private joke only they understand. The interview then shifted into something more sentimental as they reminisced about their trips. From Switzerland to Japan, from Season 1 to their newest adventures in Season 2. And from all those memories, one small exchange sounded like a scene from a romance movie. Jungkook, didn't we see a shooting star? Jimin, yes, we did. It wasn't scripted. It wasn't planned. It was a spontaneous memory, and clearly an important one. Jungkook's tone when recalling that moment sounded like someone holding onto a deeply personal memory. And Jimin replied in a way that let us feel the beauty of that moment through his voice. Shooting stars are often associated with wishes, dreams, silent hopes. The fact that they witnessed one together and remembered it together adds emotional depth beyond what the camera shows. That moment seemed to open a window into the side of them the camera could never truly capture. Tiny memories, late-night conversations, habits shaped through long periods of time, not days. Throughout the interview, they didn't speak like two people being interviewed. They spoke like two people giving each other their memories back, like people who have walked together for a long time. And the camera captured more than their faces or words. It captured their energy. That energy was the way Jungkook made sure Jimin felt comfortable, the way Jimin responded to Jungkook with full attention, the small smiles after a touch, the laughter that appeared without reason, their playful dynamic shifting into something sentimental in seconds, and how they remembered the same thing at the same time. That's what made this interview different. That's what made it feel like a story that never ends, a new chapter in a long journey they continue to walk together. And when the interview ended, one thing became clear. Their relationship isn't just about teamwork, not just about music or career. Their relationship is daily life, comfort, unspoken language, deep-rooted habits, a connection that grows without needing explanation. They don't need to say it. They don't need to announce it. Just from the way they look at each other, everything is already there. This interview proves that sometimes love, in any form, doesn't need to be announced. It only needs to be felt. And Jimin and Jungkook let us feel it, even without them realizing it. This is why this interview feels so special. Not just because of their little jokes, or the long gazes the camera can't hide, or the memory of seeing a shooting star together, but because they showed something truly sincere, that their closeness isn't a performance, it's a habit. A daily language formed through time, journeys, and hundreds of tiny moments that were never recorded. They didn't explain it with words, but through their smiles, spontaneity, and the way they look at each other, we can feel it. Some connections don't need explanation. They only need to be seen and felt. Thank you for watching Jikook Moments today. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you want more analysis, breakdowns, and warm moments that make your heart race like this. See you in the next video, and as always, keep believing in what only the heart can feel.